Hey there, boys, girls, and squirrels. My name is Modstab, and welcome back to Minecraft. Now, before I get into anything here, look at how I love the shaders mod. Just look at this. Look at how the light reflects. It's even got a greenish hue and a bluish hue because it's passing through the respective colored glass. I love it. I love it so much. Anyways, this is going to be the first video that I've recorded since my grandmother's passing and since we did the funeral and everything like that. So I'm looking forward to getting back on track and kind of doing things. But when I said I was going to take a break, I took a break. I didn't record, I didn't upload, I didn't edit, I did nothing. I took a few days and I just got back to things. Now, that being said, I did pre-record a couple videos before said incident happened. Banished, that was uploaded yesterday. Yes, Red Ketchup. I recorded some Banished. I did all that. And so, you know what? It's all good, though. So before I get too rambly, I want to take care of some things. Now, the first thing is I want to get this looking like my image does, or the rough image counterpart from the previous, I shouldn't say previous, but from the inspiration. And so I got to do a couple windows and get things coming out and making it look really nice and really fancy. Now that might slightly change how I do this structure. I don't know. I kind of like it's simple. I like how simple it is. But one thing I do have to do here is I got to adjust all these pillars and make them pretty and make them fancy. And I got to make them 4. Each 4. And I think I went ahead and did. Let me get this in here. Got that chiseled stone. All right. Whoop, whoop, whoop. So I'm going to go ahead and get all these pillars and everything taken care of. Make it just look nice and fancy like this guy does here. I just really like how that looks. So we're going to do it. Also, I love this bell. I love that I could tell that it's a bell and not just some gross piece of garbage, okay? Anyways, going to get all 4 of these pillars taken care of. And then, we'll see you guys when I return. All right, friends and family. So we have returned, and I have all 4 pillars, 4 wide with chiseled sandstone. And then we got some sandstone stairs kind of on the tops and bottoms and things like that. Just making it look really, really nice and just looks a little bit more realistic. Kind of almost has, and I may have mentioned this in the last video. Excuse me, if you can't tell, there's some allergies going around. We're in thawing season in Wisconsin, at least for a couple days. Then we'll get some more snow. But anyways, it kind of has like that Roman or Greek feel, probably more Greek than anything, to it. And so that it's real fun. It's really, really, really fun. And I love how the light bands in the shaders mod. It's so beautiful. I love it so much. And I don't remember if I was going to fill anything here, but we'll figure that out when the time comes. So, excuse me. So now the mission is to get this guy to look as close to I guess, words are escaping me at times, but as close to the actual inspiration as possible. Now, I think one thing that I might need to do here is bring this out. Now, what this might mean is that I'm going to have to bring the actual fences out this far as well, because in the actual building that this is inspired by, the fences are completely out there. So, what's it? 1, 2, 3. So it's 3. I think that makes sense. And what happens was, let me do this real quick. We'll do 2 at this. Whoopsies. We'll do 2 at this particular height. And one thing I want to acknowledge first and foremost before I really get too far into this thing and talking is, oh boy, if there's anything that this particular series has taught me, you need to plan your build out. You need to plan the shapes. You need to plan the size, plan the structures, like what blocks you're going to use. Because there's so much time I've wasted like off camera just trying to figure out what the crap I want this thing to look like and how I want it to feel and whatnot. And it's just, it's absurd. I could have saved myself so much time by actually doing things the proper way. And so, yep, it is what it is. You know, you can't win them all, you can't lose them all. So you're kind of at a batting 500, right? All right. Anyways, now back to your scheduled episode with Devin's rambling commentary. Yeah, it's been an interesting and long week. Now, I haven't done a lot of physical activity like working out or running or just my job doesn't require a lot of physical interaction in general. But I am exhausted. Like, my mental fortitude is just, it's something special. It's going downhill real quick. And by downhill real quick, I mean, it's not like really quick, but it's definitely, my mental fortitude has taken a hit with all the crap that's gone on. So, yeah, good times. Good times. Now I gotta figure out. Now, what was center again? I forgot. I think it was just this one block. What do we got here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's right, we counted to 10, friends. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is it a 3-block center? What am I doing wrong, guys? Ugh. Why is this so difficult for me? Alright, I gotta find the center. Just give me a second here, okay? We're gonna live the flippin' dream. Alright, we're back, and I found the 2-block center of this particular piece. And the only reason for this, the only reason that Devin struggles with life is because this here, okay? We had to find the center so that we could do this. And now what I'm going to do is get rid of you, I think. No, we're going to leave it there, and we're going to go all the way up with it. Because this is all 1 block out. It all protrudes by 1 block, some might say. I forgot that I left it hollow. It's easier to work with, I suppose. Alright, and then we got... Now, do I want to... We'll kind of check what the spacing and things looks like here. Once again, back to the whole idea of, like, if you just plan your build, it'll be so good. Also, I am curious. So I'm loving so much just building in Minecraft, and I'm loving recording it for you guys, and I don't know, I just love the idea. One thing I do have a question on for you guys is I kind of want to do a series where I just record, where I build things to improve my skills for kind of one, I think is the biggest reason. I want to continue to get better. And the only way to do that is with practice, quite like anything else in this world. All right, let's go down. Let's go down one more. Yeah, let's do this. All right. Kind of give that appearance of 2 blocks, because what I want to do is do an upside down staircase, and I think it would look nice like that. I think that looks good. I like that. And then we're going to add some windows and things like that here, just to make it fit with the inspiration of the build. Now, I'm going to have to totally remove all these up top here, but we'll get to that later. But anyways, my question to you guys is, do you guys want to see me try to build more things? And maybe, like, as I get a little bit better, do build tutorials on, like, houses with certain materials or certain equipment or walkthroughs and things like that, because I enjoy the feel of that. Very much so. Let's go ahead and get these guys in here and see if this gives the desired effect. Alright, so we got that, which is golden. And I think what I want to do here is kind of do all these upside down. Because what that'll do is that'll soften the edge a little bit, give it a little more texture, since we do have extra blocks. And it'll kind of, yeah. That looks so much like a castle, like an old school castle wall with these squared off sections. I really do like how that looks, actually, a lot. Centralized on that belt. I love how everything is centered. Just feels so nice. It feels so nice to be back and doing things like this. It's so unbelievably relaxing. Now, the real trick here is it kind of has a zigzag pattern for the windows. So what I'm going to do before I even do anything is I'm going to figure out what this zigzag is going to look like if we start with something like this. Kind of get a feel for what it looks like, and then come back up. Kind of gives like that whole like diamond-ish feel, I suppose. And now what I kind of want to do here is start like this and then go out from there and kind of alternate and do it exactly the opposite of the other window, because I think it might, in my opinion, might create kind of a cool little effect, you know. We'll see. And so what we want to do there is we want to get some, what is it? It's a two-tone window. So let's figure out what color glass we want. Okay. What are you guys thinking? What are we thinking here? Now something that would fit the color scheme very much so is orange. And then, I mean, to be honest, they have like a really dark green color scheme. It's weird because they have a couple different color glasses. They have some that are green, some that are the standard color. But to kind of simplify it a little bit, light gray, that's really hard to see. I think to simplify it, we might do the white stained glass. And so what I kind of want to do is it, like on the zigzag section, that's really where they have a lot of kind of these panes. So it kind of creates a little bit more depth, I'm hoping. Just making it look real nice, you know, that way things aren't exactly the same across the board. And with these window panes, it does create a lot of that kind of different depth and different texture. And I don't know, it gives you kind of that, for lack of a better term, kind of illusion of having a little bit more like a three-dimensional plane or space. Let's see if that's noticeable or if we're gonna have to do anything extra with these windows here. But I'm gonna go ahead and get that squared away and get that done, and I will see you guys when we return. And the windows have been completed. Now I have a couple questions for you guys, and by couple I mean really one. So what window do you guys prefer? Because I really like to incorporate you guys into these builds as much as possible and make some of my ideas influenced by you guys. I personally like the one on the left. It's a little bit more simple. It's just the classic like cross or a plus inside of a circle type pattern with a standard glass frame. Or you have this guy that's a little bit more checkers board and uses kind of the frames there. They all had the same starting pattern, which is part of the reason I played with them. I'm just curious, what do you guys like? I like this one because it's a little more simple. This guy's a little bit more checkerboardy, but the premise behind this one was outside of on the bottom and the top, excuse me, I forgot to change this out. Outside of the bottom and the top, I didn't want to have any white kind of adjacent to each other outside of on those corners. So what do you guys think? Tell me which one you guys like more in the comment section down below, and that's the one we will 100% emphatically go with. Now, without further ado, we're going to jump right in and kind of finish off this top here. Yeah, I like it. I like how it looks. It's just, it's fun. It's really, really fun. We'll do 3. All right. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to fill these all in so that they're just mere replicas of what we just did in the backside, with a couple tiers being 3 wide, a couple tiers being 2, a couple tiers being 1, and then the pillars ultimately being 1 block out. And then a couple of those sandstone stairs really to kind of fill in those gaps, just to kind of give it a little bit more depth. And I will be back once we have finished that. Alright, friends and family, so I spent a little bit of time here just trying to figure some stuff out. So I went ahead and trimmed these guys here, and I'm going to leave a couple things blank just to kind of get a feel for what you guys are thinking. But I trimmed these guys here because I really like how that staircase inlays, and I did that on pretty much all of the actual frames here. These guys I left blank, and on the large side and the other side I made a blank canvas as well for a couple of reasons. So for window set number 1, I want you guys to vote down in the comment section down below. Do you prefer the left window or the right window? So we have the left window here. It's just a lot more simple, broken down, real easy. And then you got the right window that's a little bit more complex. It's got some extra structures and some extra shapes and things like that. It looks a little too checkerboardy for me, but it does kind of have that illusion of kind of having 2 distinct mirror patterns, so it's kind of cool. And then on the back side here as well, we have a couple different options as well. So we have mirror or windows, I guess, so to speak, number 1. Now it's a little bit more chaotic, but it has the kind of that wavy pattern to it. Just kind of get things connected, get things working real smooth, real simple, real street. It kind of has everything framed out. Or you have window number 2. Now in this particular one, I didn't realize it looked kind of like a face. But this, once again, is one of my more favorite windows because it's a lot more stripped down and a lot more simple. Now there can be some minor modifications. Like for instance, if you guys would like, I can go in and I can trim this so that it is orange like that. And we'll go ahead and trim this side as well, just so you get an idea. So we could trim it so you have the orange on the left. It really, really makes it hard to read and hard to figure out what it's trying to be. Or you have the side here where you just have the one block where it kind of is framed by this section of white glass panes here. And then on these particular longer sides, because they're so long, and just to try to create a way where you can walk out here and really just kind of explore and, you know, see what's kind of going on, is I put doorways in. We'll probably make ways up to it and such and whatnot at a later date, but I really want to get your guys' opinion on these glass windows. It's a lot harder to see at nighttime because they kind of they don't reflect light very well. But once we get light in there, I might do some backlighting and make it look pretty and things like that. So we'll do, let's get this, we'll do day, because that should put it a little bit more bright. So you have window number 1 or window number 2 on side number 1. Now I do favor the left, however the right one, it's kind of got that unique pattern to it. And then on the sides, which are the larger portions, that are going to have these doors, and those doors are probably going to stay as is because I really like those overhangs. But you have side number 1, for lack of a better term, it looks like it has a wave, or slide number 2, which looks like it's kind of got eyeballs. It's a little bit of face. It's got like a little giant bug face, and we have 2 different variations. We have this guy here, which is a lot more distinct, or you have this guy here, which is a lot more blurred. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Vote side number 1. We're gonna have a 1 or a 2, or a side number. Okay, let's make this easier. Okay, Devin, you're complicating things. Short side, give me a 1 or 2, and then long side, give me a 1 or 2, which signifies left or right. I'll sort through the comment section and get your guys' opinions, and since I've misspoke a couple times, we'll get that taken care of. But let me know what you guys think, which windows you like, which ones you would want to see next. And without further ado, we're going to go ahead and end this episode here, just because, well, life goes on. And we got to do things, you know? We got to do things. So I am a little sorry for this one being a touch shorter, but quite frankly, I'm getting back in the swing of things, you know? I'm just kind of getting a feel for how things are and how to record properly again, because apparently it's hard for me to process existing in a world where I need to talk for a living. But, you know, it is what it be. It is what it be. Thank you guys so much for joining me in today's episode. Now remember, liking, commenting, and subscribing are all great tools for you to get in touch with me. Let me know what you like, didn't like, and what you want to see next. Now without further ado, I'm going to finish this fence for you guys, because I feel like we haven't accomplished a whole lot in today's episode. But it's okay, because sometimes you just got to slow down and smell the roses. Oh yeah. Now, without further ado, I need you guys to remember one thing. I love you, and we will see you next time. Toodles! Alright, I didn't think it was fair to close you guys off without clearing out those fences so you guys got an overall shape of what things look like, but yeah, here's what it is. Just kind of open, just kind of chill. I decided not to do anything on these corners, but I really like how this looks, that kind of tiered step down. Makes me feel like Castle-y. I don't know. But we're actually going to leave this time. So I love you guys, and we will see you next time. Toodles!